Alright, back at it with another video for you guys. Got the Miata up on jack stands already, and we are going to be putting some coilovers on it. We got some Racelands, actually came with the car, so I'm going to open up the box, show you what's all inside. But first, I already got the car jacked up, ready to go. So we are trying to get this all done today. A little bright. Oh, so bright. There we go. A little bit better. So, got the jack stands underneath, got the jack, just for a little extra support, making sure everything is safe. And let's get into unboxing these coilovers, which are right over here. I got some shipping information, all that good stuff. Put this to the side. Boop. Oh, man. Sticker. Yes. Cool. Put that to the side. Let's get these bad boys open. With farther ado, bam. So we got coilovers, got probably some nuts and bolts, but as you can see here, just some basic Racelands. We'll be installing these today, and got tools, everything coming with it. So I'm excited. Let's get these on the car. So basically we're going to start off with the back here, and as you can see, that's where you have to take off the top two bolts for the strut, and I already got them off. They're pretty far in there. Ooh, that is bright. Let's darken this up a little bit. There you go, that's better. So the two bolts are in there. They're pretty far back. One's way back there, and the other one's kind of underneath this lip. You can get to them pretty easily. The other side, just had to take that piece off, and then they're right back there. Really easy to get to. And so this is what it looks like under here. We got the two up top and then the one on bottom, which I already have out conveniently. So that's just right there. Take it out. We're gonna pull this down and see if we can get it out real quick. So what we got here is my jack handle. Nice leverage, and we're gonna get way up under here. And what we're gonna do, get a closer shot real quick. So what we're gonna do is get some light way back there, in between the frame. In between the frame, is a little dark in there, but in between the frame on top of the top control arm, and then simply press down. And you can hear all the crunchy goodness, but that's how we're gonna pry on it, pull this strut out, and go from there. Boom, just like that, and it's out. Super easy. Leverage works great. All right, so that is obviously the old one. It is a Tokiko, so they must have had some aftermarket ones on here, and maybe not adjustable, but probably some lowering springs because they are red in color. And then here's the Racelands. So what the Raceland gives you is these top collars, spring, helper spring, and adjustable collars and stuff. And you have to transfer this over to this. So real quick, real easy, I'll show you how to do it. What you have to do is take off this top nut on the top of the strut here, and this will release the rest of it. And there is a little bit of pressure on there, so I'm just going to keep my foot on there and keep it from jumping too far. Give it a quick impact. Boom. Just like that. Now we have to take that, put it on there. So basically got it on. It's not bolted on fully yet, but I just put the top part on. This is just like a protective cover. And we got this nut on there, and then there's a little spacer right underneath it. And a little pro tip, I screwed these down all the way down, so there's not a lot of compression on the springs, so it's easier to put the top on. And you have to sometimes push it down a little bit, like on the fronts, you will have to put a little pressure on them to get that top nut threaded, or started at least. So everything's all tightened up, ready to go. Let's get this bad boy back in here. Start off with the bottom, kind of get it somewhat set in there. Then what we're going to do is take our pipe again. Boop. I have to sit you guys down for a quick second so I can get this bad boy in. And same method obviously with the bar, pulling down, pull down the whole assembly. And now we just got to get our bolts in. We're just sitting right there, sitting in PB Blaster so I can get all of my bolts off. And then we'll get the top 2 bolts in real quick. The back is done, just like that. Let's go work on the front. So fronts are a little bit different. What I did was actually take the 2 bolts out of the sway bar so I can get enough pull down on the whole suspension and be able to pull the strut out. But for the front, we got the 2 bolts up on top. Don't mind this crazy wiring, but just 2 little bolts right on top. And then we got the one on the bottom here, right there. So let's take these out real quick and get back to you in a quick second. I just got the bottom and top bolts out. And what I'm gonna show you is where to put your trusty leverage bar. Go right in between there. So that is right above the top, what is that called? What is that called? I'm blanking. Upper control arm. And then underneath the frame of the car. And as you can see, it's pretty long. We'll pull down on this and pull this strut out just like the back one. And remember to loosen up the sway bar to give you that leverage that you're looking for and that you need. There you go. We got the old strut out, and same as the other, or as the rear I should say. Undo the 2 top bolts, and then we'll take the top hat off, put it on here with the supplied hardware, and then we'll assemble it back into the car. I got everything bolted back in, everything's torqued down. Now I have to actually set the ride height, which I'm just guessing at this point. I have no idea what the car is going to settle down at. I know it's going to have to raise it up a little bit just because they did come into the box like almost all the way at the bottom. So I'm going to raise them up a little bit. I got the back set up for like 1 3/4 inches off of the very bottom thread. So we'll just raise the front up and get this car back on the ground and see what we got. Let's get this down. Ooh, all right. That looks really good. Holy crap. That looks so good. Oh my God. It's tucking. Back needs to come down a little bit. I might have to actually raise that up. That is super low. Oh, it looks so good. Let's check the other side real fast. Oh, yes. All right, that looks amazing. I'm loving it. Oh man. So, it looks awesome. I might have to raise the front end up just a smidge, just because it might rub like crazy. It is dark outside, so what I'm going to be doing is coming back tomorrow morning when the sun is up and giving this thing a nice drive and show you guys what it's like. See you tomorrow. We're back here the next day and took out the car for a quick drive, and I did not change the height of the car, so it's still really low. And first impressions, I like it. It's a lot better than the older stuff. It was Tokiko shocks and springs, and they were pretty blown out from just probably a lot of aggressive driving. They probably used the car for autocross or something, but definitely liking the new feel. It's a lot better. And honestly, I had this suspension set up on my old Miata, the Ultimos, and I liked them. They weren't crazy bad, they weren't crazy stiff, and they were just a good all-around street fun car suspension, I would say. Good for the streets, good for a little bit of autocross, a little aggressive fun driving, but nothing like full track ready. But great bang for the buck, and I like it, so there you have it. Nice and low in the rear, nice and low in the front. Oh, might keep it this low. Looks good. That is the Miata on the coilovers, and it actually went really nice. I noticed the car wanted to die a little bit. I have a feeling that there is a small intake leak because there is tape on the intake like crossover tube. So that's just going to be something I have to check out. It only happens when it's warmed up and the idle is real low. So I bumped the idle up just a tweak, and then yeah, we'll figure it out. Probably have to get a new intake set up, and then yeah. But that's the coilovers. That's how it's done, and I like it. I like it a lot. Gonna have to maybe adjust them a little bit once they get fully settled in, but gonna do a new top for sure. That's probably gonna be our next project right there. New top, possibly an exhaust. And as I can see right now, this side is a little higher than the other side, so I do have to adjust a little bit more. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. Fun little winter project car. Have a good time with, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. See you next time.